Good evening, guys. Welcome to round number 2 of Division 1 in the Rookie Racing Championship. We're here in Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix, and it should be a good one. First couple of cars making their way around on their outlaps. This Australian Grand Prix track, it should be a good one. Decent length of the track. If you could just let me know you can hear me nice and clearly, guys, that'll be absolutely fantastic. It seems to be alright on the OBS at my end, but you never know with these things. Sometimes they want to work and sometimes they don't. I think it's all okay. Looking at it at the minute. It seems to be alright. At my end. See the first couple of cars heading out onto their first laps, Fontaro being one of them. It's nice to see Callum back in the AlphaTauri tonight in Division 1. Or is it being a last minute reserve tonight? Nice of him to step in. Fontara in the Racing Point comes down the back straight. Around the last couple of corners. A little bit of a tank slapper coming through the second to last corner there. Saw the tail end of that car kick out. Opening times of 1:21.9, but he's bettered even quicker by Justin with a 1:20.6. Then Doek in the other Racing Point with a 1:19.7 to open the timing sheets. Cohen just swaps in behind him with a 1:20.6 as well. Bossy through a 1:20.7. Galactic with a 1:20.1, splitting Cohen and Doek. Lewis Oliver goes P7 with a 1:21.0 to start off with. Racing up, then that's Galactic pulling off to the side of the road. I think he was just letting traffic go through. Very polite. Marcus has had an absolute nightmare for his first lap, a 1:48.9. Miles off the pace. He must have had an accident during that lap at some point. See Doek still leading the way so far. The first guys have finished their runs and are pitting. They'll be pouring in numbers, to be honest. George on what I think is another lap will be able to tell you. Yeah, he must be, because he's just opened his DRS lap. Quick enough, I think that's the Mercedes of SDQ behind him, because Bossy Gaming actually is in the other Mercedes is out of the session. So from what we're hearing, in fact they're pitting as well, in fact from what we're hearing is a mechanical issue. Marcus goes off in the Red Bull. That's down at turn 11, I think. He gets back on his way again. Locking up that left front now. He's got wing damage on the front, you can clearly see that. Meanwhile, Nunda's about to start his first lap in the Ferrari. His teammate racing up has already done a 1:21.3, which puts him in P9 so far. It's a pretty good drive from him. Nunda continues. On his lap, it looks fairly quick so far. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get the graphic working tonight, guys, for the timings in the top right. I've already tried to have a play with it, and it doesn't seem to be working for whatever reason. We can only just go based on eyesight more than anything else. He's not backed out of it yet, so it seems like it's a decent-ish lap. I think it looked like Doek just getting out of the way of him there in the racing point. He's currently P1 in the standings for this session anyway. I'm going to see Nunda come across the line. What's it going to be? It's going to be P9, and he's going to jump his teammate as well. So Nunda does a 1:21.2 compared to his teammate racing up and doing a 1:21.3. So it's a good opener. Meanwhile, Ruff is about to come across the line in the Haas, and he goes P12 or 1:21.6, and all the Formula 1 cars heading back out the pit lane. Out the pit lane and onto laps. So we'll join with Lewis Oliver that's just started his lap. I'm just going to have a quick look at chat. I'll have a go at that bossy. Have a look. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's working now. I want the lap data. There we go. So now we do have some lap data. Bossy seems to be good at the little fixes. Cheers, mate. For fixing that, really appreciated. Marker still hasn't improved on that 1:48.9. He's well off the pace. Meanwhile, George Agro with a 1:19.5 to take the lead, ahead of Doek. And just over 7.5 minutes to go. Marker is across the line. What's this going to be? It's going to be a much better improvement. 1:21.3. Blitz racing up than Ben Ratcliffe in half. I'm saying my gameplay isn't sufficient for share play. Hopefully it's alright, guys. But there is your leader, George Agro, going very slowly. Trying to fire his car back up. Hopefully my internet won't die and cut off the stream. It seems alright at the minute, to be fair. It says it's low, but I'm looking at the stream itself on YouTube and it seems to be coming out alright, so soon wait and see. I'm assuming George is going to be going into the pits this lap. One person that isn't is Galactic. He's on a flyer in the AlphaTauri. In full throttle in the final sector. See what lap time this is going to be, but he's looking quick so far. Round across the line. I think it's going to be an improvement. It is. It's a 3/10 improvement, but it doesn't move him any positions. A 1:19.7. So that for now cements him in third place, you would think. just under 6 minutes to go. Oh, and a crash! Galactic goes into the wall! I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like a kick of oversteer on first impressions, but he's into the wall and he's out of this qualifying session. I'm just looking at the replay camera on the delayed stream. Oh yeah, just gets the back end loose. Loses the back end of the car. And that's Galactic's qualified session over. Shame for him. Hopefully he can stay P3 with that time. Meanwhile, Ramatic in the other Haas. Going well so far. Steady away in P5. And 120.4 he's done so far. And he's actually pitting, so I thought he was on a lap there. Someone who definitely is on the lap by the pace he's going is Lewis Oliver in the Red Bull. Going out of the last corner now. DRS open. It is an improvement. It's a 120.9. It's an improvement by about a tenth or so. Just about manages to keep it together. See if he's potentially going for a back-to-back flyer. I don't think he is. Meanwhile, Doet, can he improve on his time to try and get ahead of George? Looks fairly quick so far. Nice and consistent. I'm not sure if he was up in the second sector or not. I'm assuming he was. He must not be. He's decided to bail for the pits, so an improvement there. Racing up is a second down on his previous lap. Ben Ratcliffe has just started his lap in the Haas. The look of Felix last season in the Alfa Romeo. And both Alfas, Felix and Crispy last season, were very, very quick. It seems like Ben has backed out of that one. But now anyway, Cohen's on an out lap in the Williams. Haas is a strange red and white. Have I called the wrong car the wrong name? Please tell me, chat. If I've done that, I do apologise. Sounded like Jeremy Clarkson there from that Top Gear episode. I do apologise. Trying to remember which one it was now. Maybe. Okay. Thank you, chat. Fontaro in the meantime, in the Racing Point, chugging along nicely. I've actually had an update from Galactic actually on that crash that we saw earlier. Says he got a little bit throttle happy on the power. Well, it happens. Not all robots. He'll live to fight another day in the race, but if he does that in the race, that's his weekend over. And I think Ruff has just had an accident actually. He's just gone that faded colour on my screen. I wonder what's happened to him. We'll find out sooner rather than later. Just in onto his lap. see what he can do. He's just, his previous lap, he's just improved by 2/10. He was on a 120.6, now down to a 120.4, so interesting to see what he can do. And he was up in the first sector by a thousandth of a second. He's now 2/10 down in the second sector. So he's clearly just lost a little bit of time and decided to back out of it. Fair enough. As the end of the session is over, the remaining drivers will finish their laps. I think it's Marcus that's going to come across the line first. He's 2/10 up in the second sector, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do on the final corner. The RRC Open, is it going to be a significant improvement? It is. P10 improvement by 3/10 there, pretty good effort. Nunda and the Ferrari's next. Seems like he's pushing it as well. Comes around the final corner. DRS Open. Across the line. It's a very good improvement from Nunda. All the way up to P4. Fantastic final lap from Nunda in the Ferrari. P14 to P4 is pretty good, if you ask me. I'm waiting for a few more. SDQ across the line. Is it an improvement from him? No. So that is the grid. Zoic sneaks it in the end from George in the racing point. He takes pole position in this Grand Prix from George, from Galactic, from Nunda, from Ramatic, from racing up to another great run in the Ferrari from him, up into P6. The Ferraris look on pace today. Cohen is in P7, Justin P8, Ben Ratcliffe P9, Lewis Oliver P10, SDQ P11, Bossy Gaming P12, Marcus 13th, Fontano 14th, Ruff is in 15th, Versailles in 16th, and Callum rounds out the grid in P17. Guys, stay tuned for the race. The race will be underway in just a couple of minutes' time. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys, to the Rookie Racing Championship Division 1. The cars are off on their formation lap for the Australian Grand Prix. Should be a good one. round 2 of the season. And it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. Guys, let me know in the chat who's your money on. Based on pace, I think, to be honest, Nunda and the Ferrari could be a surprise package tonight. Jumping from P14 to P4 in qualifying. Torek, our formation lap or race leadership, well, pole position driver, leading them round and making a bit of a gap to George at the minute. I won't get too far ahead, Torek. You're going to be sat on that grid for a long time otherwise. Doric in this situation, I'll be wanting to back them up, keep them nice and packed together. And I think that's what he's doing now, actually, by the looks of things, trying to back them up, giving himself enough time on the grid. Pit stop strategy. Looking, well, there's 2 ways you can go about it. You can do the 1 stop from soft to hard, pit about lap 9-11, or you can do the 2 stopper, softs and mediums. So it'll be interesting to see which drivers go for which strategy as they come up to line up, ready for this Grand Prix. The rest of the grid just forms up. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think if Nunda can get a good start, he's got a pretty good chance in this race. Hopefully they'll keep it clean down into turn 1. As we go to 5 red lights. The Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne, lights out and away we go. Good getaway from Nunda actually from the second row, forces him down the outside as they go 3 wide into turn 1. Are they all going to get through cleanly? Just about. There's a Ben Ratcliffe running off the road there in one of the Alfa Romeos. Apart from that, they all get through cleanly pretty much. A little bit of battling going on. Bossy Gaming game squeezed in the midfield. They all just about avoid each other. Dramas on the first lap of Melbourne as always. Good start, a couple of cars getting a bit of kick of oversteer on the exit, and I think that's Ruff that's gone. Ben Ratcliffe has dropped all the way down the order to P16. Ruff has just stopped past in the background. SDQ having to defend from Ramatic. Fontaro's lost the position to Lewis Oliver. And somehow they're all still alive. After all that, as they come down, and Justin is out of the race. That could bring out a safety car. If I'm thinking, yes he is, he got into the wall on the exit. I wouldn't be surprised if that brings out a safety car, to be honest. It was a big, and it is a safety car. Well, what was I saying? I had a funny feeling that was going to be a safety car. Now, is anybody going to pit? Yes, they are. The race leaders have actually missed the pit lane. SDQ and Ramatic and Ruff are all pitting. And this could be a good call, actually, because if them guys try and get on a hard set of tyres, with the race being so short, they could potentially go to the end here. If they look after the tyres the right way. Oh, it's all gone wrong down at Haas though. They are double stacking at Haas. It's going to be a slow pit stop for Ruff. It's a good job. It's a situation where they're behind safety car, but how's the safety car at the front? Yes, it is. So it did just get out before the race leaders. So a couple of guys choosing to pit. seemed like quite a bad incident, did that. Seemed like Justin had nowhere to go, unfortunately. He was losing the back end. We actually saw him do that. If you tuned in to watch the Division 2 race last night, where Justin was reserving, he actually did the exact same thing at that corner. Straight off into that barrier. It's easy to do if you get loose on that curve on the exit. It's a very easy thing to do. Guys, stay tuned. We're just going to take a quick break, and we'll be back shortly when the restart commences. Welcome back, guys, to the Rookie Racing Championship Division 1. We're about to get going for the restart of this Grand Prix. Dowick backing it up. Nice and easily. And he's going to go now. The safety car's in. And the green flags are out. We are back racing at Melbourne. Couple of nappers at the back by the looks of things. Couple of people bogging down slightly. And I think Dowick's made a mistake, actually. I've caught that off camera. So Galactic has snuck into the race lead. And Galactic might even pull away if he gets its head down. Soon find out and see. Going pretty quickly. We've got a yellow in sector 2. I think it's Fontaro. It is. Fontaro's in the wall. And with damage by the looks of things. Whether that'll bring out a VSC to try and tidy that up, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, the battle at the front continues. Dowick chasing after Galactic and having to defend from George from the same time. Lewis Oliver with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That'll be for track limits. They're all keeping it clean so far. Dowick just defending as much as he can, but he doesn't want to let Galactic out of his sights either. He lets Galactic go. It could be a long old night for Dowick to try and get back in this race lead. He's right on his tail though. he'll be able to get DRS slope sooner rather than later, so it won't be a long time to wait. I'm just going to go quickly, guys. Invite Justin to the party. I think he wants to be in the box with me, which is fair enough. Did send me a party invite, but that was right during the safety car restart, so no position changes though, but it looks like Doik has fallen off the back of the lead here. As he comes down the back straight. Still trying to just about keep it together. Down the back straight. The front straight, should I say. Got a yellow in sector 1, and there's actually a virtual safety car come out, and it's George. I'm not sure what's happened there. I've missed something, but something has happened to George. Let me have a look at the replay cameras. Looks like something's happened to George in turn 1. Let's have a look at the replay cameras. Gets it a bit loose. Oh yes, big accident for George. Very big accident in the background. I completely missed that. Sorry guys, I got it on the stream, but I sent it a quick DM to someone and didn't even pay attention. But that was a heck of an impact from George. I don't know how the hell I didn't see that. Very big crash in the background. And one of the fancied runners in this race, George, is out of the running. Ricey, how do you join this league? I can tell you exactly how you join this league, mate. You go down. I think the link's in the Discord. Or it should be anyway. You know what? I'm going to post it in the chat, the Discord link. We've got a Discord going on, Ricey, so I'm going to create an invite now. The race continues, and we've got a safety car, and Fontaro's out of the race. What has happened there? So we've got all these people asking to join the league, and I don't even know what's happened. And Ruff the next day has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So another safety car is out. Okay, so Fontaro, it seems like he crashes on purpose, which is technically you're not supposed to do. So Ricey, I've just popped it, it'll be under my personal account, as we've got several guys pitting. So Ricey, if you just copy that link, mate, you can join our league via that link. If you go to the Discord website, use that link and you can join in with the action. Okay, Fontara said he didn't crash on purpose. It in the chat. Not exactly happened, mate. If you could tell us, that would be fantastic. We're going to stream of Formula 1 cars into the pit lane. Marcus takes the race lead. Still to pit. Visayati pitted early onto mediums. So that was there. Okay, Fontano lost it. I'm assuming he's probably lost it in the same place Justin did earlier on, I would be assuming. So a lot of cars tend to go around there, and a lot of them tend to bring out the safety car. So yeah, Ricey, if you just look in the chat, mate, and from Matty Lister Golf, that's just my personal YouTube account. If you copy that link to Discord, you can join our league that way. That's the safety car. Stays behind. Once again, guys, we're just going to take a quick break while the safety car's on, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back, guys, to the Rookie Racing Championship, Division 1. Second safety car of this evening is about to end, and we're about to go green and go racing once again. It's an early getaway from Marcus. Oh, Marcus hasn't gone actually. It looked like he did go. Now he has gone. Trying to get the jump on Versailles a bit and go green once again. A lot of guys nappy in the back. Ramatek Galactic having a little bit of a scrap. Galactic trying to defend from Nunda actually, and there's been a big crash in the background. I think it involves Doe. It is, he's going very slowly, he's lost quite a few places. He loses out. Curry's lost the position to Bossy. But still right on the back of him. And there's another DNF. I think it's Ruff that's gone out. He has. Callum's all over the road as well. Whether he was involved, I'm not sure. Action all over the track. Luckily it hasn't brought out another safety car, which is the good news. Lewis is racing up, having a battle, racing up around the outside. What a move that was on Lewis Oliver. Great move that. Swept round the outside into 8th place. Fantastic to watch. Meanwhile, just behind them, Doric, who has had a bit of a nightmare at the restart. He's trying to keep it together. Keep it nice and steady too, hopefully. Battled his way. SDQ and the Mercedes is in pits. I'm assuming he's got damage if he's pitted now. Seems a bit of a random time to pit. Meanwhile, up the road, got a scrap over the podium positions. Safety and Ramatic, and another safety car's out. Who's out now? Somebody's had a big off somewhere if the safety car's come out, and I think it's Callum. Callum seems to be going very slowly. It doesn't seem like anybody died. It seems a very random safety car does that. Well, this race has been full of safety cars. We've barely had a few racing laps. We've had more laps behind the safety car than we have racing laps so far. Marcus captures the back of the safety car queue and leads them round. I mean, with these boys on mediums at the minute, this is playing into their hands, to be fair, because if we keep on having the amount of laps behind the safety car that we are, we're going to be able to get them mediums to the end. Anyway, guys, like we said, we'll take another quick break while the safety car's out, and we'll catch you shortly. Welcome back, guys. Once again to the Rookie Racing Championship, Division 1. Hopefully we get a few decent racing laps now, because we've had a lot of ones behind the safety car, and we're green. And the restart's underway. Marcus leads the way from the CT from Galactic. And we're all going to make it through turn 1 just about cleanly. A very clean start off with. The closest battle on track is Doric and Ben Ratcliffe right now. There's also an even closer one behind with SDQ and trying to get past Ramesek. Oh, this is getting tight here. Nose to tail, these boys. Mercedes power versus Ferrari power. As all best EQ just taps the back of Ramesek. Some good racing. He's going to go down the inside. Is he going to get it done before the corner? Yes, he is. Great move. SDQ. I thought he almost dropped it there actually on the exit. Took a lot of curb. Nice driving though. Keeps it in a straight line. He lives to fight another day. Tighter battle between Galactic, Munda and Bossy over the final few podium positions. Galactic is trying to get past Mercedes for P2. Now this could bring a few cars into play here, so you want to try and get past Mercedes as quick as he can, you would think. This is bringing Nunda back into play. Around the outside, locking up. He might concede a position here. He might concede the final podium position. Nunda is charging through, so is Bossy just behind him. He's getting quite close on board with Mercedes. Going to see Nunda slide past with DRS. Is Bossy going to follow him through? No, he isn't. He's going to sit behind. Takes a little bit of grass there actually. Mercedes all over the road. Bossy dives up the inside and gets it done. Bossy through to 4th. It seems like Mercedes is struggling on them tyres. Meanwhile, just close behind, racing up to trying to get past Cohen. Both on the hard compound. 16 out of 29. This race is far from done. Up goes a bit D. This is going to bring Lewis Oliver into play and Dowick into play. They're going to go 3 wide down towards turn 8. And I think Racing Up has lost out to both of them. Yes, he has. Racing Up's off the track. He's sliding. He's down the last place. Got it all wrong coming out of there. What a race this is. Really tight racing. SDQ almost runs into the back of Ben Ratcliffe there. The Haas in the background. Ramesek just gets past. We're all still alive. somehow they are all still alive. Ben Ratcliffe gets thrown off the road a little bit. Somehow manages to hold it. This is going to open SDQ to have a look down the inside. A little bit of contact. Just about keeps it clean. SDQ's going to try and do the switch back by the looks of things. He couldn't quite get it done. This is really good racing between these boys. SDQ's going to have a go now down into the chicane. Dives up the inside. Contact. SDQ gets turned a bit half sideways, and that's cost him dear. He's going to bring him back into the corner. Ramatic, you would think. Meanwhile, Doek is up the inside of Cohen with DRS. Cohen's got a bit of DRS to defend. He can't defend that one though. Nice driving from Doek back up into P6 from his nightmares earlier. And this is the car that they all want to get past, the Versailles in that Renault. They're all queuing up behind him to get past. Doek will be the first to go. DRS down the front straight, a little bit of wheel banging. Gets it done though, nice driving. Really good racing from everyone involved. Versailles had a little look on Doek to try and take the position back. Doek's up into a top 5 position once again. Goes through. Cohen's had a dive up the inside of the Versailles and got it done. Lewis Oliver's just having to defend from a charging Ben Ratcliffe behind. I think it's going to be Lewis Oliver's turn to try and get past Versailles, that very slow car of Versailles. Ben Ratcliffe loses out to Ramatic in the background, just sends it a little bit deep. He's hanging on for his dear life. Here comes Lewis Oliver though, up the inside. I think he's got it done before the corner. Oh, not quite. He almost turned in on him then. About keep it clean. This is really good racing. Ramatic having a look now. Mercedes trying to go back around the outside. He might lose out to Ramatic here. There's contact. Spins in front of Ben Ratcliffe. Does Mercedes? I mean, it was going to happen at some point with how close them boys were racing. That was great driving though from everyone involved. And then there were 4. So, this has turned into a really good battle actually. Lewis Oliver's in DRS range of Cohen. He'll get it down this back straight if he keeps it together. He does. He's going to have a look down into turn 11. Hard on the brakes. Gets it done. Cohen's going to fight back though. He didn't want to let that position go that easily. Same time, Cohen's got to try and defend from Ramatic here. Marcus is in the pits, that's interesting. Going on to a set of softs, so maybe trying to go for the fastest lap of this Grand Prix. Ben Ratcliffe down the inside. Cohen, sorry, down the inside. I was down the inside of Ramatic, but Ramatic defends it well. And the safety car's out again. Who's that gone this time? I think it's Callum that's crashed out. It is Callum. Callum's crashed out in sector 3. So this is the 4th safety car of this Grand Prix, and I've never seen so many safety cars. Racing Up might have had a nightmare as well, actually, because he's right down the back. He might have contributed to the safety car. Galactic's in the pit, Bossy's in the pit. So them boys going to try and go on a set of softs, do you think? The remainder 8 laps, that's what Galactic's doing. Bossy's doing the same. Satier, I assume, is doing the same based on his time. Ben Ratcliffe is. Cohen's thrown on a set of softs. Versaity's thrown on a set of softs. Ben Ratcliffe. Oh, they're not ready! They're not ready down at Alfa Romeo. They've double stacked with Cohen and they've got it all wrong. He's on his way now, but they got it wrong down. Double stacking. Down at Alfa Romeo there. That's going to cost Ben Ratcliffe a few places. As the leaders come round, so that means Nundu, who I actually predicted to win this Grand Prix, is actually leading the way. I did say he would be a surprise package. He has got pace in that Ferrari. Ferraris in Division 1 and in Division 2 this season seem to be relatively strong. Safety car leads them round. It's in. That's Lewis Oliver into pit road. That's interesting. It's a very late call. See what he's up to. He's lobbing on a set of softs as well. So that's interesting. Seems like the people who are out of this contention in this Grand Prix, I want you to try and lob on a set of softs and get the point for the fastest lap. Interesting to see. Nunda can defend. And charging Doek, who has had a marvellous recovery. Ramtic just behind him. Galactic Nerd, who started P3 and P4 at the minute. It's a strong field of drivers, and the safety car's coming in at the end of this lap. Ferrari will control the pace. And for the 4th time during this Grand Prix, the safety car will come in and we'll be back racing. And under a different strategy to Marquardt, backing them up all the way as much as he can, and then he goes now and gets the jump on Doek. That's what he needed to do. Doek just about stayed with him. There's a bit of battling going on behind. Galactic's going to have a move down into turn 1 on Ramatic. Think better of it. I thought he was going to come across and sideswipe Bossy on the restart there, but they just about managed. Galactic down the inside, sends one. Full on sends it. Pushes Ramatic out. And Bossy Gaming is allowed to follow through. Full on commitment from Galactic there to make that move. Whether that was a bit sinister, I'm not sure. It did seem a bit sinister, to be honest, the way he died there. Cohen is chasing down Ramatic here. Ramatic's errors, but Cohen's got a charging Versailles to deal with. Versailles locks off a bit. About keeps it clean. Cohen taps the back of Versailles. That's going to leave him vulnerable to SDQ. Some great racing today. Action all over the track, wherever you look. All these boys on soft tyres are going to be trying to go for the fastest lap of this race. And down the inside, there's a bit of contact. Mercedes cuts up Cohen. Cohen taps his rear tyre and spins a bit. I think SDQ's had a moment back there as well. He's rejoined, he's okay. So we might as well go back to the battle for the race lead. Nunda's doing a really good job defending for these three guys behind him. Still a very close-knit affair. We've got yellow in sector 3 and Dowick's out. Dowick has had a crash. I'm assuming he has crashed. Where I think he has, yes he has, he's hit the wall on the inside. Now is that going to bring out a safety car? I'm not sure. It might be a bit late in the race, to be honest. And it hasn't brought out a safety car, it's been cleared up, but we've seen a lot of people drop it there today, not just in the Division 1 race, but also in the Division 2 race yesterday. Seen a lot of people losing it on that curb. But for first place, it's a case of who wants it more, Nunda or Galactic. Yellow in sector 1, I think Marcus has had a moment. Yes he has, he's out of the race. So 10 remain. Galactic has DRS on Nunda here. He's going to go for the inside. Big moment for the race lead. Galactic gets it. But this is going to leave him vulnerable here because Nunda can stay in DRS. He might have a chance down the main straight. SDQ is now out of the session. Out of the race. And 9 remain. Still a three-way scrap for the lead with 3 laps to go. It's anybody's yet. It's all still to play for. In the final few laps of the race, it looks like Nunda's just struggling for pace a little bit in that Ferrari, dropping off the back of Galactic. The gap was just under 2/10. It's now plus 1 second. So a long way to go for Nunda. It seems like he's struggling for pace though. Meanwhile, Bossy has DRS down the back straight. Just about. And this might not be all over, to be fair. It looks like Lewis Oliver has got past Ben Ratcliffe. It might not all be said and done. For the final podium positions, that's a big lock up there for Nunda. You saw the tyre smoke come off that. Very large lock up. Two laps to go. Well, 2.5 laps to go, should I say, in this Grand Prix. And so far, even though we have had quite a few DNFs, it's been one of the more exciting races this season. Battles everywhere on track where you look. Oh, and that's a big one! That's a big one for Bossy! Coming out of the final corner, gets it loose on the curb and hits the barrier. And he's going off. That front wing is going to be heavily damaged. Well, that has shook up the race order, to say the least. I'm just going to watch the replay on stream to see. I'm assuming he got all over the curb and it's just stepped out on him. Here he comes around the last corner on camera. Oh yes, very much on the curb. Gets a tank slapper on and there's nothing he can do about that. It's a real shame. Bossy. Meanwhile, Ben chasing down Lewis Oliver. Closest battle on track so far at the minute. 1.5 laps to go. Lewis Oliver has another penalty for track limits. Meanwhile, Versace's trying to get past Bossy, outbrakes himself. Gets the job done. And Galactic heads onto the final lap of this Grand Prix. And to be fair to him, he has driven a pretty much faultless race from start to finish. Very consistent drive. While all the drama was unfolding around him, he's managed to drive through all of it. Which is really, really good to see. Comes round the final sector now. Galactic Nerd. Very consistent drive. Going to be a different winner once again in the Rookie Racing Championship for round 2 of the season. And this time it's going to go to AlphaTauri. Galactic crosses the line and wins the Australian Grand Prix. Great drive from him. Nunda comes home P2. Cohen comes home P3. Oh no, Ramatic comes home P2. This is with penalties. Cohen comes home P3. Nunda came home P2 on the road but dropped down to P4. Racing up to P5. Lewis Oliver P6. Ben Ratcliffe P7, the 88th, and Bossy Gaming is going to come home for P9. And that was a great race, to say the least. Battles everywhere on track. Really, really good racing from everybody involved. Great drive, well done to Galactic. Celebrates on the podium. The champagne's out. And what an Australian Grand Prix that was. Who needs track changes, when you can have racing like that? So there's a lot of talk about changes to the Australian GP circuit. I don't think it needs changing after that race. What a race that was. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate your company. And we'll see you next time out for round 3. Take care.